Hello everyone, I'm going to teach you a little bit about the difference between a simple subject and a complete subject, and just bear with me. It's a pretty brief lesson, I hope. So the thing we did last week was the complete subject, and this week we're going to do the simple subject. And the simple subject and the simple predicate are each about one word, so it's a one or two words each. And that's it. Last week we were using the whole sentence. Let me write a sentence. So I'm writing a sentence about a cat. And the big old cat slept soundly. And we will underline the whole thing like we would have before. And we're going to try to identify where to draw that vertical line so we can separate the subject from the predicate. And I want to remind you how we do that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, step one, we're going to find the verb. When we find the verb, we're looking for an action word. Some people don't know that, so I'm going to help you through that right now. If you don't know what to do to find the verb, you're going to ask yourself, can it be done? That will work for many or most of the verbs. And so what I do is I ask, can it be done, of every word in the sentence. In this case, I'll ask, can you the something? No. Can you big something? No. Can you old something? No. Can you cat something? No. Can you slept something? No, but you can sleep, and you have to be careful of the verb tenses, so we know that's something that can be done. Can you soundly something? No. The only thing you can do is sleep, so that's the verb. And we know the verb is in the predicate. So that's the first thing we do is find the verb, and I just found it. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to ask who or what of the verb. And so that's the next thing we do. And I'm going to say, who slept? Who slept soundly? Well, the cat slept. So that's going to be the subject of that verb. It's a noun. And that noun is held in the container of the subject. And the verb is held in the container of the predicate. So I know I can draw the line right there. I also know that because the noun and all the words that go with it are the complete predicate, the complete subject, I'll just write complete subject under it, and that's what it is. And this must be the complete predicate. Basically, every sentence is a thought, and every thought has somebody doing something or being something. In this case, this has a cat sleeping. And so, basically, that's the simple subject and the simple predicate. So we're doing both the simple subject and the simple predicate in this little lesson. And again, it's just going to be one or two words. So I'm just going to look at the verb and the noun of that verb, the subject of that verb. That's your simple subject and predicate. So I've already done it. I know that the verb is slept, and so that verb is going to be the predicate of that sentence. So that's the simple predicate. And that the noun, the subject of that verb, is going to be the simple subject. And it's that simple. That's what we're doing this week. We're actually making this week's work a little easier in that last week you had to find all the words that went with subject and predicate. This week you really just basically have to find the simple words. If you can take all the other words and take them away, that leaves you with the simple subject and the simple predicate. Let's do another one before I let you go. So this is a sentence that has personal meaning for me. Old men lose their hair. There's your sentence. So if I'm going to use, don't say anything. If I'm going to use this as my sentence, the first thing I'm going to do is find the verb. And can I old something? No. Can I mend something? No. Can I lose something? You bet. And can I there something? No. And can I hair something? No. And so I know the verb is going to be lose. That's the verb. Then the second thing I do is ask who or what of the verb. And I'll say, okay, who loses? Who loses? And it's going to be the men who lose. So that's going to be the noun, and that's also the subject. So I'm going to draw the line here, and I'm going to say, okay, I've got the simple predicate right here. That's the simple predicate right here. I don't need those words. And I know that the subject of lose is men, and that's the simple subject. And I don't need old. I just need that. And so this is how you find the simple subject and the simple predicate of any sentence that I'm going to give you. And it's really quite easy. And if you just ask yourself, what's the verb? And if you don't know what a verb is, ask if it can be done. Most of the time that will work for you. Watch out, some sentences have two verbs. And then ask who or what of the verb, and that will help you with this. And basically, that's how it's done, and I hope that that's something you can work with. If not, I'll be here.